Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Texans versus Bills NFL matchup on Sunday, October 6, 2024. If you like all the free picks we do at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Just go to Pickdawgz.com, click on the premium picks tab. I've also got a link below in the description. Prices start at $15, and you can always use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have products meant for people that make big bets, people with big bankrolls looking for that VIP style service. For those, you have to text the number that you see on the screen, but keep in mind these are our most expensive premium packages, and these are only long-term packages, not one-off, trying to make a big bet type thing. But anyways, let's head to Houston. Let's get to this one. Texans taking on the Bills, two good teams, 3-1 for each of these teams on the season. The Texans, though, yet to cover a point spread, while the Bills are 2-2 against the number this season. The Texans coming off of a pretty rough one there against the Jags. Managed to get the win, but did not cover in that one. That was on the heels of that beatdown loss against the Vikings in Minnesota. Meanwhile, the Bills were cruising right along, this season with easy wins in their first three games, pretty much blowouts. And then the last time out, they got absolutely crushed in Baltimore by the Ravens. It was a rough one on a, night game. Just a miserable spot and a miserable night for the Bills. Now they head to Houston, another place where there is a super tough defense. As we know, DeMeco Ryans can dial it up, as he did as defensive coordinator for the 49ers, as he did for a player for the Texans, and now as the head coach for the Texans, where the Texans defense, despite the tough schedule, fifth best in the NFL. 273.8 yards allowed per game. Of course, it all starts with the rushing defense. And, the Texans' rush defense could be a little bit better. 13th in the NFL, allowing just over 112 yards per game. But the pass defense has been locked down solid. Teams completing just 57% of their passes against the Texans. That is the best in the NFL. They are also in passing yards per attempt, passing yards, completions, all that kind of stuff. Just not very good numbers against the Texans. And meanwhile, while the Bills' offense, and Allen has played pretty well, his passing numbers not all that special. Passing yards, 20th in the NFL at 195.5. All those receivers leaving, this musical chairs there, it's you can see it starting to take its toll. And while the Bills, have had a lot of success this season, their offense is just 20th ranked in the NFL, 305.8 yards per game. So it has been the defense for the Bills that has really been the story. And while Allen is the second highest rated QB in the NFL at 113.5, the passing numbers and yardage and things of that nature certainly not following suit there. Meanwhile, when we look at the Bills' defense, rushing yards against, 30th in the NFL. I think that's what happens when you play the Ravens and you let Derrick Henry run hog wild for you and you haven't only played, 4 games. It's certainly going to sway those numbers, and I think that's exactly what's happened there. 156.5. The passing yards, 6th best in the NFL, but yards per completion, 2nd best in the NFL, and QB rating against, 5th best in the NFL. As for the Texans, they prefer to run the football, but really 19th best in the NFL doing that, 106.8 yards per game. Not going to get it done if you want to be a playoff team. And the Texans, 364.5 yards per game is 8th best in the NFL. Stroud has been efficient, but not quite the same QB that we saw a year ago. I think this one's going to be a hard-fought battle. I think, the Bills certainly, have had their moments this year, but I think the Texans at home with that defense, got to be my play. I'm going to take the Texans, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.